Thomas going to the outside on that set. Healy unloads a cannon.
Bedford still alive. What a volley. McCarthy with the block. There's the tip. Played by Bedford. Nice kill from Connell.
Final hit for that game-winning point.
Allard.
And there it goes.
To McCarthy.
There it
Gets
is.
the win.
There it is.
Lana McCarthy puts it away. And good evening. Welcome to Pinkerton Academy Fieldhouse, the location of the NHIAA Division I Volleyball Tournament. These are the semifinals. I'm Harry Kozlowski here with Bill Klein. Bill Jennings is on camera. Want to welcome everybody to this broadcast. And we just saw a terrific contest before this one. We saw We saw Goffstown and Pinkerton Academy fight it out for 5 sets. Goffstown had a 2-set-to-none lead, and the Astros came all the way back and took it in 5-3-2. So it's going to be Pinkerton Academy that'll be facing off against the winner of this contest between your number 1 seed, the Bedford Bulldogs, undefeated on the year, 18-0, and the 14-4 Bishop Guertin Cardinals. They are 14-4, and they are the 4th seed.
And this is one of the few brackets, Harry, this fall that has gone the way a bracket is supposed to, where we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and that game played prior to that.
I think the term is chalk. It goes chalk.
Oh my gosh! I'll tell you, unbelievable. Pinkerton, number 4, beat number 2, Goffstown. The interesting thing here is that, you know, with the two teams, the other teams, us and Bishop Guertin, 1 versus 4, is Bishop Guertin, Pinkerton's records were exactly the same, 14-4. But then when they look at the tiebreakers, it matched them up. Bedford.
I don't believe these teams faced in the regular season. BG did not face Bedford.
Yes, they did.
In the regular season.
Yes, they did. And
I'm not entirely sure they
have
did.
that up right now.
Oh, you are correct. They
know they did.
3-0 sweep back on October 8th.
Thank you. What happened to that over here? Okay, yeah, back on October 8th. And in terms of, you know, the seasons and whatnot, there's some pretty bizarre things here in terms of, you know, how these teams have gone with, you know, Bedford only had a few games that they lost, and the biggest match was them versus Goffstown. They're going to be doing the introductions now, but we're going to keep on going, from what I understand. Talk a little bit about this. And the Bedford squad only had 1 of their 18 matches that went to 5 games. That was against the team that we just saw lost, Goffstown number 2. BG, on the other hand, BG went 5 times to a 5th game. And that 5th game, instead of the 25-point play that you play in the first 4, is just a 1 game to 15 winner take all. And of those, and I'm sorry, 4, not 5, 4 games that they went to 5. All 4 were the matches that BG lost. So I would say that they're get a little weak as the night goes on, potentially. However, you never know. And of course, with only the one time that Bedford was put in that position where they had the 5th game to win, they did come out on top, and that was against Goffstown.
Now, Bedford, like you said, only went 5 in 1 game, and that was against Goffstown. They did go 4 twice, but won both of those games. Once was against Hollis Brookline, the other time early in the season against Salem. Meanwhile,
and Hollis Brookline, that's just a surprise that they're not here. In a way, that they graduated a lot of seniors. And now, Harry, let me share with you the big history stuff, because this is where, you know, the what is it called? The rubber meets the road. When you look at the history of soccer, yeah, here I'm coming off a soccer.
You just did a soccer game last night, so I can understand that.
We'll mention later on. But right now, let me just mention the 4 top teams. Of these 4 top teams, the newest by far is which school, Harry?
I'm going to say BG.
No. Newest with the program?
Newest with the program.
Bedford. That's Bedford.
Okay.
Bedford
all right.
side.
All right.
Okay. And
I thought you meant who was new in this top four.
No,
Like I said, normally we have Hollis Brookline, and Hollis Brookline was a fantastic program.
Yes, however,
we're going to take a break for the national anthem right now.
Back into this thing here, where I just left off was, of these four top teams, Bedford is the only one to win a championship in girls volleyball. BG has been to the tournament 3 times, Pinkerton twice, Goffstown only once. Bedford's been to the championship round, I'm talking the finals, 5 times, Harry. 4 wins, and guess when the 4 wins were? I think you probably know that.
Hollis Brookline.
No. It's when, I said. When?
Oh, the last 4 years.
4 years in a row.
They're working on number 5 here.
Anna McCann.
And speaking of Hollis Brookline, the Hollis Brookline was the school that went 4 straight.
Yes.
4 titles.
Prior to that,
Bedford basically took that from them.
Yeah, we don't have time this evening to go over some other details, but narrowing right down onto this. So you're looking at the opportunity here to be the first team in a large division school in the state of New Hampshire to win 5 in a row. Anna McCann, former coach, is now up at St. A's. Our new coach down here would love to keep that going. And the winner of this match, 10 o'clock Saturday morning, here again at Pinkerton. It'll be the winner of this game versus Pinkerton, who was coached by the long-term prior athletic director's son, Todd. Todd's last name.
We're about to start here, and the serve from Goffstown landed a little short, and Melanie Gibson couldn't reach it, so point to the Cardinals on a serve by number 17, Brooke Partridge.
One of the big differences between the two schools is relative to the serving. The only place that BG excels, and they have a server who has basically twice the number of aces than the number 1 server for Bedford.
Great dig there by Montgomery, the libero. BG setting it up. The spike instead of the bump. Bedford plays that well. Here's the return. Dug out by Partridge. Served back over to Bedford. On third hit, block. And the block, I believe, courtesy of Bella Nutting, will get verification for that. And BG, correction, is going to be number 7, Caitlin Harrington, with the credit for that block. And the Cardinals are up 2-0 here. I want to take a moment to welcome our viewers on Nashua TV, sharing this BCTV production. There's another block by number 7, Harrington. Cardinals up 3-0.
That last match, Pinkerton and Goffstown, there were a lot of long rallies, and all games were very close.
Montgomery tips it to the net. Saved there. Fennessy over the net. Here's the spike, blocked, and Bedford gets on the board. See what they credit the point to.
Going through the matches during the season, the Bedford side has been pretty consistent, strong in all 3 games. Oh, unforced error. Bad serve there. Unfortunately, by McKenna O'Connell.
Serve going back now to Akira Caravos.
Compared to that, where I said Bedford's been strong straight across all first 3 games, the BG side's been strongest in the 3rd when they get there, bringing them into that opportunity where they, unfortunately, 4 times failed to win, having to play 5 games.
Audrey Ferlin credited with the point there. It's 4-2 BG. Bedford serves, dug out, set up, blocked. BG with it again. Shot over the net, played by the Bulldogs. There's a tip.
Nice
BG
little
saved
fake
that.
over the net.
Another tip.
There was a violation there. A Pinkerton player crossed the line.
Bulldogs will get credit for that, and now they trail 4-3.
That serving ace for superstar Veronica Gomez, number 21. Defensively, that's Veronica Gomez. Is their leading
Another net serve right there by Bedford, courtesy of Emma Knapp, and serve and the point go over to BG.
21 is in fact that player that's biggest on defense, for them. And she's the libero. You see her in the white jersey on the right for BG. Great spike.
Kate Allard there with the spike, unable to be returned. Bedford back to within a point, 5-4.
Substitution there. The libero came out. Got Aubrey Bayer coming in.
And a serve right there by Bayer. BG returns. Great save by Fennessy. Here's BG returning the ball. Here's the setup. Oh, and a great spike there by Allard once again, tying the game up at 5.
First time we've got the tie game. We saw that over and over and over again since the 4 o'clock match started and went into extra innings, so to speak. One of the games actually went beyond the normal 25 score. The winning score was 26-24.
Bayer with the serve. BG returns. Dug out by Fennessy. And Allard blocked. Bedford again. Oh, they're going to give the point to Bedford. Or no, they're going to give the point to BG here. Net violation on Bedford. So Cardinals back up 6-5.
Caitlin Harrington. My middle name is Harrington. And I know a Caitlin Harrington. She's had 8 aces during the regular season.
O'Connell.
After a good serve.
Mel McCarthy with the spike. Ties it up.
Yeah, the ace, and this could be one of the largest number of aces in girls D1 volleyball here. Arika Karobos had 62 aces during the regular season.
And it's Besker with the serve for Bedford. Set up by Partridge. And BG with the point. Bedford unable to get it back. It hit Mel McCarthy on the hands.
And unfortunately timely there, where Beatrice Beskar was our number 1. Bedford's side had the greatest number of aces at 37. Like I said, almost, roughly twice.
Marino's serve here for BG. The setup. Tip there by O'Connell. BG ready for it. A spike. Got to get played back by Fennessy. Allard sends it over the net. BG. Spike. No, it's tip.
Nice.
Dug out by Bedford, and they couldn't quite reach it. Besker dove and couldn't make the play. So another point.
That was Arika. I'm not positive that was Arika that placed the ball there, but she saw that open spot and decided not to spike it, but just to tap it over. She saw an area of the court was undefended.
Bedford back over in 1. BG setting up. Caravos with the spike. Allard with the tip. That fools BG. They get the point. Bedford with the serve. It's now 8-7 Bishop Guertin.
You get to the end of the season, Harry. I know you've been watching games, whether, multiple sports that you've covered, and sometimes you see these upsets. The girls' soccer bracket probably was the biggest one that got broken. We only had one of the 4 teams move ahead with upsets.
Here's Mel Gibson with the service. Set up, Caravos.
That was a great
Off
hit.
of Montgomery's hands, and she couldn't get it to her teammate. Goes out of bounds. Caravos again with the point.
Caravos is showing, and she on the attack. She's their leading player in multiple categories. 264 attacks for points.
Montgomery. We get a violation here, and Bedford will benefit from that.
Yeah, if you can see that when we get to the semis and the finals, we go to the 4 official system. We've got the 2 officials, 1 floor, the head officials, the one in the chair, and then the 2 lines judges opposing them at either diagonal corner of the court.
Drapeau over the net. Bedford returns. Played by BG. Caravos off the hands of O'Connell. They get the point, up by 2 again. Caravos keeps racking up those kills.
Although McConnell got up there for the block, and she's one of the, let's see, where is she in blocks? Find her here. She's not in the top for blocking points.
Brooke Partridge puts it in the net. Error there. Point for Bedford. Serve goes to the black and red.
The Bedford libero has, she's one of the top setters for the Cardinals. Great save.
Dig it out there, but unable to finish it was O'Connell. And the Cardinals are up by 2 once again.
9-11. And unlike the other sports we do, it's not 9-11 with so much left to play in time. First to 25 by 2 points. Wins each game.
No clock in volleyball. Caravos. The serve unable to be played by Isabel Montgomery. She puts it out of bounds. And the lead extends to 3, 12-9 for Bishop Guertin. Caravos. Played by Montgomery. Dug out by O'Connell. Pushed over. There's a block out of bounds.
Another block out of bounds. Wow. Yeah, the only time that we've got a clock in volleyball is for, like right now, we've got a clock running for the time of a timeout. They've got a clock, it's a 60-second, timeout. And then the server, I'm not exactly sure how that works, but there's a timer for serve as well. And that was one problem that they had during that Goffstown match, where the officials cracked down on that and confused things as far as when to stop the clock, because there were a couple times that they came off situations where it wasn't regular play. It was like after a timeout or something, and the Bedford young girl serving was called for a violation.
Or BG? Goffstown or Pinkerton?
Bedford. This was Bedford Goffstown game.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The Bedford player was called for a serving violation for taking too long. And it was frustrating because none of us knew why or what the call was. It's crazy.
Well, timeout wraps up here. BG still at the bench. They've got the 4-point lead now, 13-9.
Like
This
we
is
said,
set
it was
number
a month
1.
ago. A month ago it was 3 games to none versus BG. We don't have the scores of those particular games that went into that, but we know that Bedford typically is a great team to make comebacks.
Here's the serve. O'Connell. Furlan got it over the net.
Double hit. Connell made a double hit there. She hit it into the net and tried to play it a second time, so BG point. 14-9 Cardinals.
There's a tip. BG ready for it. Partridge sets it up.
Serve, it's out.
The spike is out of bounds.
Very close. When we're looking at a game like soccer, football, we get replays and whatnot, and that's one that people would want to see again. We'll have to wait to see till we get home. And for Andrew Fenn back at the studio, impossible to show replays here. We've got, by the way, if it hasn't been mentioned, Bill Jennings behind the camera up here. Oh!
Tennessee with the ace on that serve. Landed it just short of number 21, Gomez. Couldn't make a play on it.
Tennessee number 2 in the aces for Bedford during the regular season. 34. Right behind Beskar.
Tennessee serves once again. Here's the set. And the spike.
Whoa, baby.
Right in front of McKenna O'Connell. She couldn't play it. Point BG. Harrington with that kill.
Yeah, another one for the Irish side there. The Irish team. The one in green. Not Notre Dame either here, but it's likely similarly adorned.
Here's Gomez with the serve. Montgomery plays it. O'Connell to Falvey.
Almost looked like a double hit there.
Bedford ready there. O'Connell setting up Allard. Her spike saved by BG. They get it over the net, keep things alive. O'Connell to Allard. The tip blocked. Double hit.
Nope, net violation.
Net violation.
And that went against Bedford, so it's a point. Cardinals.
So they get the lead back up to 5 now, 16-11. And Gomez continues the service.
For about the last 10 years, Harry, girls volleyball here in the state has risen to such a level that it's so fast. It's so difficult to watch everything and see
Allard,
every little bit that happens.
Allard with the kill there. Point Bedford.
Like in every sport, we need officials out there. One of the benefits of this sport is without the fitness, the running around, some of the officials that have done great work in other sports come out here and can call a really good volleyball game.
Gomez digs that serve out. Bedford sets it up once again.
Bump save, and that one's going to drop.
Falvey gets the point there with a nicely placed drop shot.
Falvey saw that open space. You know, we saw that a lot in soccer games where you're looking for the space to put the ball into. In this case, it's like the opposite. You're looking for that open space to drop it into with the little dink shot. Great block. Great block.
Served back over the net. Here's Allard. That gets blocked. Bedford another chance here. Falvey's spike is blocked. O'Connell decides to fools BG.
There you go again. Harry, that's that open space. What a play. Oh my goodness.
Well, you know, they keep expecting O'Connell to set up the next striker.
To kill the spike shot, absolutely.
And instead she decides to play it herself and drop it into an empty spot. BG wasn't ready for that. Bedford within 2, 16-14.
One of the subtle things about this game is this, where you go fast, you go slow, you change your speed, you change your tactics to keep your opponent confused. They don't know what to expect. Just caught the line.
Well, I think it was out, but it struck a Bedford player, so the point, either way, the point goes.
Yeah, I missed that call.
BG with
I was going
Marino.
With the flag man over there, controlling traffic.
Allison Marino with the point credit there. BG with the serve. Montgomery's got to dive for that.
Nice dig.
Oh, block right there. Point BG.
BG
right back into
pumped up.
Falvey.
Those young ladies aren't just dancing out there and celebrating. They're doing body bumps.
And that is Allison Marino with another point. Bella Nuttig serving for BG.
Long.
And wow, that one, you thought it was going out of bounds, or was it out of bounds?
It was out of bounds, Harry. Yep.
Well, it struck the line. The striking the line is considered that out of bounds?
It was out by, well, I won't tell you how far it was out by, but it was clearly out.
Like a line shot to me.
Yep.
Need better glasses. 18-15 BG. Bedford with the serve here from Besker. Here's the setup.
That's way out.
Right out of bounds. Emma Cap put a little too much on that.
And this is the point in time when you've got Cardinals are 7 points away from a win. 2-point differential. This is where I see Bedford making a comeback, very possibly, but I've not seen this BG team who knows what they're going to do.
Besker almost got them.
Oh, good
judgment. A good eye by number 1, Fennessy, letting that go out of bounds.
Harry, that's one of the most difficult things to do in volleyball, is when you're that player, is to let the ball drop to the floor. It's so embarrassing if it drops in.
Besker's with the serve. Here's the set. Caravos over the net. Allard now. Spike. Played by BG. Over the net. Bedford's ready for it. Montgomery to Allard. Played by Gomez. Little tip shot that lands perfectly right in front of Besker. BG with the point, 19-17.
Yeah, both teams are using that, what we call a dink shot, when you just barely tap it over the net, looking for that empty space.
Allison Marino now with the serve for the Cardinals. Played by BG. Here's the set. Allard puts it into the net.
Cardinals up again by 3 points after it looked like Bedford might be able to go ahead. BG playing quite well. Digging in deep against the number 1 team.
The serve goes off, and it takes just enough off the ball that Isabel Montgomery couldn't get under it. So Marino earns an ace right there.
Many years ago, that would have been a reserve, but at no point, because you used to have to, like in ping pong and some other net games, tennis.
Well, in pickleball, that would count as long as the ball lands in the proper zone.
Yep. I've never played pickleball.
Pickleball? No.
Pickleball, no.
It's all the rage.
And it's fast, just like this. Now, I was a tennis guy. And volleyball. Started playing volleyball when I was about 8 years old. And I was talking to someone before the game that our family moved down in South Jersey, which was one of the popular areas for swim clubs to offer volleyball courts and some inter-club leagues. And when we moved, it was too far a drive to go back to our old club. My father spearheaded a movement to build a new one, local. And when we did, he came home one day and said, well, we're getting ready to take a shovel, start digging to build it. And so we've got to come up with the name of the club. And yours truly picked the name, and the board agreed. Pomona Swim Club down in South Jersey, Cinnaminson, New Jersey.
Here's Allison Marino. The serve, played, set, spiked by Allard. Beautiful. Bulldogs fighting to get back in this. They're down 3.
BG player made an attempt at that ball, and I think did touch it, but that part of it was meaningless because it was inbounds. But
21-18 now. Melanie Gibson serving for the Bulldogs.
Again, 3-point differential. Cardinals just 4 points away from winning the first game.
Gomez plays it. Here's the set. Block. Drapeau earns the point there. Or Caravos actually gets the credit there.
This is the first time this entire, well, actually the last 3 years, that I've seen a team get that many points off hitting spikes into our blockers that are going out of bounds.
Off the net, but over. And a nice dink shot by O'Connell. Gets Bedford back within 3.
Gives them a quick opportunity. The Bedford Bulldogs, a breath of fresh air there. Like Harry just said, another 3-point differential.
Isabel Montgomery serves. Gomez plays it. Partridge over to Caravos. Bedford's there to play it, though. Here's another dink.
Double hit.
Double hit earns Bedford the point. It's now
called. Substitute over there. The double hit was against Bedford.
Oh, okay. So I was kind of confused looking at the scoreboard because it's back to a 4-point lead. 23-19. And Brooke Partridge serves. Played by Bedford. Here's the setup. O'Connell over the net. Caravos is there. Caravos again. Bedford gets it back over. Blocked by the Bulldogs. Here's the set. Gomez is ready for it. Caravos with the tip. Saved by...
Didn't get away with that time.
Good Beskar there with the play. Wow. Off the roof is going to go point Cardinals. 24-19. Tough way to lose that point.
Harry, wasn't that it hit the roof. You can replay it again if it hits the roof on the same side. If it goes over the net, that's a violation. But when it hits anything up above the team, if they could play it, but the ball bounced way out of bounds. So that's why it was just unplayable.
And BG gets the first set as Isabel Montgomery unable to play the serve. 25-19. The point and first set goes to BG.
We just saw the BG team as they moved off the court. They were ecstatic. And, of course, they had a direct line from there to their bench, which is moving from right to left. One of the few sports where you change the bench and sit on the same side where your team is playing from. The Bedford young ladies looked a little dejected, walked slowly. And because of the way you have to leave the court, you have to go around the net when you're the team that changes to that side. So they had a few seconds there to hit their heads together before they gathered with their teammates, as you see now. And we've got a 3-minute gap in between this and game number 2 coming up.
I was going to ask, is this the first time that Bedford has trailed in sets this year, or were they behind in any of the other games?
I unfortunately haven't been to enough of them, but there were only
3 games where they could have been behind. Against Goffstown, against Salem, and against Hollis Brookline.
Yeah.
So we don't know if this is the first time, but it might be.
And the only one that I saw was the Goffstown, and that's the only time that they've been taken to that 5th game.
Right, but they didn't trail that, did they? They trail?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so it was like they were up the whole way.
Goffstown came back, I think, each time. But like all the games before this is another close one. And it seems to me that when I arrived, I'm not positive, but I think Goffstown won the first, Pinkerton the second, Goffstown the third, Pinkerton the fourth, and the fourth one was that was the 24-26 score win that went into, and quote, like I joke, extra innings, overtime.
I want to congratulate the Bedford boys soccer team, their 1-0 win over Hanover last night. And they get to go to the final being played at Memorial High School in Manchester against the Exeter Bluehawks. Is that correct?
That's correct.
They are in the finals as well. So we're going to have that for you on Bedford 105.1 Radio on Saturday. I believe that's a 3 p.m. game. I got to check.
3:15, 3:30.
On Saturday for boys soccer.
3:15.
3:15, all right.
And subsequently then...
And we'll have it on radio, but we'll have the video of it a few days later.
Yeah, last night's game, I was very fortunate to be there up in the booth and with Lauren Fox. And with 26 minutes left to play, in that match, the Hanover keeper, who we beat, came out of the goal area and was red carded for a foul against Ali Mirza, who had a breakaway, and that's what's called a penalty. Prevented a goal scoring opportunity, clear goal scoring opportunity. No one was behind the keeper. Goalkeeper was red carded. Hanover had to play short for the remaining time period. It was 1-0 at that point. And it was only about 4 minutes. No, I'm sorry, the first half, 30 minutes into the first half, Ethan Benjamin, senior, scored the low goal of that game. You can watch that and enjoy that if you look at the, and also with about 1:19 on the video, not the game clock, 1:19 in the game, you will see one of the most amazing performances by a high school soccer player. Gabe Teixeira moves the ball along the goal line like he's weaving in between cones. Here we go.
Bulldogs serve. They have switched ends. They are now on our right. Here's the spike off the hand of the BG player.
So unlike the way the first one started, this time it's Bedford picking up that first point.
And it's Violet Falvey credited with the point. BG plays that. Here's the setup. And a great job there by Talia Drapeau, getting that ball to an empty spot on the court. They tie it up and they get the serve back.
Bedford only had that one player along the backcourt line area, and that ball was placed very nicely by the BG Cardinal player out of her reach.
Allard with the dink. BG gets it. Played back by BG. O'Connell. Over to Fennessy. That gets blocked again. Here's another one. Kept alive over the net. BG staying close on this one. Another chance by Bedford. This time it's in.
Spike in. BG's up again just by 1 point.
Falvey again with the point on that spike. Bulldogs up 2-1.
I would have to say that virtually every volleyball game that I've seen the last 3 or 4 years we've been doing this, they've all been exciting.
Fennessy serve. Over the net. Bedford's ready for it. Now Allard spikes into an empty zone. They're up 3-1.
That's the Allard that Bedford knows, that kind of a finish, spike, kill. She gets up over the net, as long as it's a good set. Historically, she's been one of the top finishers.
Fennessy serving once again. Caravos gets it over. Here's O'Connell. Over to Allard. Oh, off a hand. Spike. Played by the Bulldogs.
Net violation, Bedford. Or 2 hits. I'm not sure what that was. I think it was net.
So a point to the Cardinals. Akira Caravos now. Service played by the Bulldogs.
Nice save.
Allard gets it over. Partridge. That goes way out of bounds.
And that time, no violation by the Bedford side. Harry, I think they've committed tonight about equal number already violations as I've seen them commit during the regular season in an entire match.
And now Aubrey Byer serving for the Bulldogs, leading 4-2. Dug out there. Misplayed by Drapeau.
Unforced sort of error there. I think that was
Drapeau, number 10. Thalia.
Oh, yes. Thalia.
So the Bulldogs lead 5-2, and Byer again serving. Gomez digs it out. Partridge to Caravos. Bedford's ready for that. BG. Partridge. Tip shot.
Is it out? Yes, it is. Out.
So that's
one of the few times, Harry, where we've seen the ball go out on the floor official's side versus the lines judge, and he made that call. Flag was not even used. He would have turned to him if he wasn't sure.
That was Marino's attempt there. Over the net. O'Connell plays it. Byer.
Nice hit.
Spiked there by Allard. BG ready.
Oh,
off the shoulder of the Bedford player.
Madeline Fennessy, I believe.
Fennessy, yeah.
Yeah, she waited too long to make a decision. If she had reacted a little bit sooner, either way, I think she would have been fine. But she reached for the ball that was actually past her when she made contact, I believe.
So Gomez now with the serve for BG. They trail 6-3. Played by Montgomery. Misplayed, actually.
Yeah,
So an ace for Gomez.
Isabel made a nice attempt at that one. It was a good low serve. You notice that many of these girls are doing a jump serve versus standing the floor serve.
And whatever Gomez is doing, it's really having its effect. Montgomery again unable to set up her teammate. So
Gomez,
BG comes in within 1 point here. They trail 6-5.
Gomez regular season had 36 aces. She was the #2 ace queen for the Cardinals.
Bedford played this one cleanly. Gomez.
Oh, what do we got on that? Bedford point, out of bounds. Easy on that one. They're doing a quick sub. Out there on the floor. Is that Fennessy that went out?
Falvey.
Thayer.
For BG, no.
I'm sorry.
Falvey left the court for Bedford. So Gomez digs it out. Harrington over the net. Bedford trying to play it off the ceiling. They do that. They had to wait for the ball. BG now. Partridge.
Nice block.
Nice block. Block out of bounds.
Unfortunately, again. Boy, that's a stat that I know that they probably keep. We don't have access to. Kind of remarkable. I think this is going to be a jump serve now. You'll see the difference between the last BG server.
This is Harrington.
In the air.
She does jump it. And misplayed there, and you can see Kate Allard kind of saying, my bad.
Yep.
Misplayed that one, so they tied up Harrington with the ace. And it's all tied up at 7s.
7-7. Wow. Exciting game.
Harrington.
Oh, no.
Oh, and that one glances off the hands of Allard, 2 in a row. She tried to play it forward with her hands instead of up with her forearms.
Yeah,
BG's back on top here, 8-7.
That was a chin height, and that's a difficult place to make that decision, Harry. She made the best one she could have. There you go.
And they respond with a nice dink shot there that lands in open territory. Bedford credited there. O'Connell gets the credit for the point.
And I think I had mentioned before,
they tie it up at 8.
His strengths are. The second game has been the greatest percentage of wins for Bedford. One of the lower winning percentages the second game for BG.
Partridge sets up her teammate. Bedford's ready. Fennessy with the drop shot. Bedford up 9-8.
They're kind of giving back to, in a way, giving back to BG the way they've been playing with more of the dink shot. Easy over the net versus going for the spikes. It's working out for them. They're ahead again by the 1 point, 9-8.
Mel Gibson serves. Played by BG. Marino. Spike. Bedford's ready for it. Fennessy out of bounds.
And that's one of the big differences I see from the percentage of balls being played in on the kill shots. The spikes have been long, not successful.
Now Marino serving for BG. Dugout. Set. Tip. BG's ready for it. BG gets it right back.
Quick one-handed.
Partridge with that. Spike goes out of bounds. BG tries to save it. They keep it in play. There's the kill shot.
Kept in. Nice that time. Same exact place as last time.
Partridge. Tip shot.
Back set.
Esker tries to land it. They do. No, they dug it out.
God.
Oh, I thought that hit the ground.
A save. Diving save.
Now Fennessy.
Tie game. What?
I thought that was 4 hits there.
No.
Fennessy tries again.
In.
Goes inbound.
Bedford, 1 point advantage once again.
That was a long service.
Harry, are you wearing a seatbelt here tonight? Oh my goodness, this is amazing. it's a combination of athleticism and volleyball brains. I don't know what else to call it. Great techniques and strategies here. Decision making.
Partridge. BG back over the net. Besker.
There we go.
There we go. Inbounds. Off the hands of Caravos.
And like those dink shots that the Cardinals were pulling on Bedford there, getting a lot of points. There's the point off the block on a great spike.
O'Connell earns that point. Partridge to Caravos. Wow. And a beautiful spike. Point for BG.
Caravos has that certain move. She takes both hands and drops them down in front of herself. I got this out there. Great player.
Bulldogs by one, 11-10 here in set number 2. BG took the first set. There's the serve. Saved before it goes out of bounds. Now played out, and it goes out of bounds. A little too long there on the return. That'll tie us up at 11 apiece.
Caravos is the #1 attack player on their team. Virtually almost twice as many attack wins as any other player. 264. That's huge.
Dink shot there. Cardinals play it. Caravos gets it over the net. Besker. Fennessy. Blocked. Out of bounds. Bedford gets the point.
12-11.
Now Besker comes out of the game. Trying to see who came in, but the officials blocking my view.
And they moved so fast there, I'm not sure.
Either way, it's going to be Bedford on the serve. Into the net, unfortunately, for O'Connell.
Unforced errors just hurt so much.
That's Ferlin, by the way, back in the game.
Ferlin came back in? Thank you. Good eye, good eye. We're tied up 12-12, folks.
And Partridge has the serve now. Dug out. Kept alive. They got to get over the net. They do.
Great save.
Ooh. I'm not sure what the call is.
All I saw was the fact that it was going to be a point. I didn't see the call.
I thought that Bedford was able to get the
I know what it
ball
was,
over.
though. I just figured it out. It's the antenna violation. The ball from out of bounds has to go in between the antennas.
And that was unplayable. Cardinals get the point.
Violet Falvey just dove in a last effort attempt to save that ball and bring it back in.
Brooke Partridge again, service. BG up by 2 here. Set for Fennessy.
That's a nice ball.
Lands inbound for the point. Fennessy finding an empty spot there and gets Bedford back within 1. It's 14-13.
I'm going to go back real quick to that prior point. So the ball was played by the Bedford player. She had to put it back over the net in between the 2 antennas.
Gotcha.
And it went basically over the official's head. I think it was a pretty easy call. And we just missed that signal for that.
Fennessy with the service. Partridge set it up for Caravos, but misplaced it. Caravos unable to make a play.
Caravos didn't have her game on there. She was out of position, or the spike was played into
I think the spike was played
into a place where she didn't expect it if it was meant to go to her.
Yeah, the serve back setup was not in the right spot there. 14 all here.
When you see this game on TV, you'll understand what we're talking about. You can remember it, and you'll hear it.
Bedford with the block. It's Ferlin. Wow. Bulldogs taking the lead back 15-14. Service stays with Fennessy.
This is so different than a football game. Scoring.
It's like a basketball game, actually.
Yeah, that'd be the closest thing. Certainly not soccer or ice hockey.
Fennessy. BG plays it.
Great set.
Caravos.
She is again. Oh, boy, oh, boy.
But BG's able to get it back over. O'Connell, dink shot. Saved by BG. Long shot there by Harrington. And Bulldogs get the point there.
2 points. 14. Harry, when was the last time we had a 2-point lead by either team?
Not that long ago, actually. they had a 2-point lead. They had actually had I think they had a 4-point lead in this second set. So Bedford's got to fight back here to take the second set. They trail by 1. Partridge kept alive by Bedford over the net.
Kept in play.
Gomez. to Caravo. She tries to dink it. Bedford's ready. Allard.
That's going to be a point. Allard got full arm swing into that. You talk about when you're coaching, you want the players to swing the arm. You don't just put your hand up over your head and hit it.
And we're going to get a timeout here. Bulldogs lead 17-14 in set number 2.
And I just remembered, Harry, Todd Royce and Bob Royce. Bob Royce was the AD here. His son, Todd Royce, just was the one that came back with that upset of the Goffstown team, leading the Pinkerton Astros into the finals. Who's going to be in the finals, Harry?
Yeah, that's who we're playing to. That's who we're going to face if whatever team advances out of this game.
Hey, and by the way, I don't know if it was
said.
I don't know if you said it. I know I didn't say it. That this game is being aired out live tonight on Nashua radio.
No, it's not live. It's on tape delay. And it's Nashua doesn't have radio. They're on TV.
I apologize on that to no one out there because you're not listening anyway.
Right.
When you hear me say that, you'll just know, geez, what's he doing up there in the stands?
Nashua doesn't have a radio station. Only Bedford and a few other.
They don't have a radio. They used to, didn't they?
No. Well, I mean, there's a commercial station, but not.
Volleyball on radio.
They work with some of the commercial AM, but
I agree. Yeah, it wouldn't really go over. I don't think they'd have that many listeners.
All right, here we go. Play resumes. Fennessy here on a streak. Bedford up by 3. She continues to serve. I think Bedford has 5 straight here on this possession.
I believe you are correct.
Fennessy, played by Gomez. Here's Partridge. Over the net. O'Connell sets it up. Block. Nice block. O'Connell digs it out. Montgomery to Allard. BG saves it. Baramo sets it over. Allard once again blocked. And BG finally breaks the Bedford point string. They get the serve back. They trail 17-15.
2-point differential, and here is Carlos. 64 aces coming into this game.
Bravo serves, played by Allard. O'Connell.
That's a point. Nice. Off the block, down to the floor. Great kill.
And that was Falvey with that. A couple new players coming in. Mel McCarthy is in now. And number 12, Berlin, takes a seat on the bench. Byer with the service. Caravos pushes it over. Another setup there. Nice spike. McCarthy tried to get that spike. That's blocked at the net. BG tries again. And they get the point.
When you listen to this, you'll hear a little bit of the crowd reaction on that. They thought that it should have been a point for BG when on the initial shot there because
it was out of bounds.
BG was in the net. No, this is before that, Harry.
Oh, okay.
Before that. And
but it looked like
would have heard the crowd respond, and there was no call. It was because the net went into the player not into the net.
So
they'll see that
Cardinals
on TV, and you can watch
the serve here. They trail by 2.
Nice save.
Montgomery able to dig that out. Allard puts it over the net. Partridge to Harrington, blocked out of bounds. Point for BG. They're back within 1, 18-17.
Something like that. They're consistently Bedford side blocking the ball, not in an angle that's coming off the spikes. We've got to make a correction on that.
Here's Allard, blocked.
Nice tap.
Big shot here. They got to get it over. They do. BG keeping it alive. McConnell gets it over. Carabo sends it out of bounds. Too long. Point for Bedford. They're up 19-17.
Just a 2-point advantage there in substitution. You got that Violet Falvey, I think, went out. Who's serving, Harry? Who's this? Get that number?
Tell you in a minute. Montgomery.
Oh, great spike right there.
And unable to be played at the net. Partridge misjudged it. Bedford with the point. 20-17 now. They lead by 3.
Based on statistics, examining before the game, this is what we would... would have
Timeout. That's a timeout. Besker, by the way, served that. You were asking about that.
Who was it?
Besker.
Besker, thank you.
Beatrice Besker, number 20.
And that's what I thought it was, but, and I mentioned this the other day, that the way the girls, most of them have long hair, and many of the numbers are covered up with that ponytail. Besker, I may have mentioned this already, number 22, is the leading ace server for the Bedford side. 37 versus 64 for Carabos.
A lot of these young women, of course, are playing basketball in the winter season. We saw Coach Kevin Gibbs is here, girls basketball coach, rooting on some of the players that he coaches in the wintertime. Players like Melanie Gibson, Eva Zink, Mel McCarthy, Kate Allard, Audrey Furlan. Forgive me if I'm forgetting anybody.
I think you got it. I'm not positive, but I'll tell you one other thing. Kevin Gibbons is probably rooting for Goffstown because he knows a lot of those girls. A lot of the girls are friends and whatnot. And
I'm sure it was a crusher when they lost in that first game.
Huge loss. That was like unbelievable. Oh, nice serve.
Play back in session here. Carabos dinks it. Unable to replay it.
Yeah.
And BG gets the point there. So Carabos earns that point. You know, kind of like a semi spike and dink.
Before matches, one of the things that the volleyball pitchers check is the net tightness. Tension.
Harrington with the serve. Here's Partridge. Dink. Bedford's ready for it. Here's Allard.
Nice spike.
This one's going to be hard to play.
Very hard. Yeah, did that hit the backboard? I think it hit the bottom of the backboard. Again, came down, and she made an effort, but it put it just far enough away from her that she had to dive to attempt to bring it in, keep it going. 3-point.
Harrington steps out for the moment.
Bedford 4 points away from winning game 2, which is by statistics what would probably happen, but we'll see.
Mel Gibson.
Back set over the net.
Bedford setting it up. Fennessy, spike, played by BG. Carabos spike, blocked, and it's inbounds, so the point through the Bulldogs.
Double hit or something.
Double hit?
Yeah, double hit or something. I'm not sure what it was. They gave us a full handful.
They're going to give the point to the Cardinals. Okay, so instead of a 4-point lead, it's now 21-19 Bulldogs. BG with the serve. Marino.
Nice jump serve.
Dug out. O'Connell's dink. Carabos. Blocked. No good. Goes out of bounds.
1 point.
Cardinals back within 1. Carabos credited with that point.
Last year I did all the games here, the championship games, top 3 divisions in girls volleyball, and there was always one girl like Carabos on each team.
Allard gets the shot blocked. BG with it again. Here's Carabos with the spike. It goes out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Bulldogs with the point, 22-20. And of course, they need 3 to wrap this one up.
The last couple years, Lana McCarthy, one of the, I'd say, a Carabos type player, all around, all over the court. Outstanding
different style of player. I mean, she was a huge presence at the net, while Carabos plays kind of above the net.
And first time I talked to Lana and Lana's father, I said, where's she going to play volleyball? And they said, no, she's not. She's going to Purdue to play basketball. Full scholarship. Here's Partridge.
Carabos
have to love it.
Shot. Montgomery.
Nice spike.
Hennessy with the spike. Bulldogs score 23-20, and they retain the serve.
Fennessy, number 2 on the Bedford side. Not too far back from Allard with 101 kills on the season.
Montgomery serves.
Nice serve.
That was a tricky one.
Yes, it was.
Carabos plays it back. Montgomery
whoa, what's this?
With contact. Here's a dink shot. BG ready for it. Gomez to Carabos. Bedford returns. Montgomery. Bedford
Oh,
keeping
my
it alive.
goodness. Is it long?
And it's too long.
Unfortunately, after that effort. Out over the end line. 2 points, 2 points. 2-point difference, 2 points away from the Bulldogs picking up a win in set number 2.
Now, who is number 5? I have no number 5 on my roster.
I have no number 5 on their history list either. And we don't have a program from the host institution or anyone else.
Net ball.
Point.
Cardinals score that.
Double touch.
They're back in within 1, 23-22. So number 5, we apologize, don't have a name with that jersey number. Service. Montgomery. Over to Besker. Fennessy. Off the hands of Partridge and out of bounds. Bulldogs now a point away from wrapping up set number 2. And it's going to be O'Connell with the serve.
Quiet in the gym right now.
Partridge setting up Caravos. Spike. Point BG.
Harry, who do you think they're setting the ball to more than any other player on the BG side this evening? If you get this question wrong, well, I'm going to make you stay back next year.
Well, it's obvious that Caravos is the player, although I'd say Harrington is close number 2.
Target, yeah, absolutely. Timeout.
Winner of this contest plays Saturday morning at 10 here at Pinkerton Academy Fieldhouse, home of the Astros. This has turned into the yearly venue for the basketball semifinals and finals, neutral site, although this year the Astros got to play in it, and they're going to be playing again on Saturday. Great facility, huge gym, complete with 2 basketball courts, 2 full-size courts, indoor track.
I'm showing Henry my phone. That player that we couldn't identify. Andrew Fenn tried to help us out with that.
And you could read me the name?
No, what he gave us is the Bedford number 5 player.
Oh.
Annie Hammond. Annie Hammond. Here's a pen. Here you go, my friend.
Thank you. So number 5 is Annie Hammond.
Working together up here and working with our staff. Our spotter statistician back in the studio. Andrew, thank you. Oh, my goodness.
So with a
Brooke Partridge
net serve, that gives the set to Bedford 25-23.
Wow. Quiet ending. You know, that happens quite often in younger games where the players put the ball into the net, the unforced error. Out here in New Hampshire's high school girls volleyball, you seldom see an error like that at a match at this point in the season. It's a heartbreaker. It's almost like the penalty kick or something.
Yes, especially
one player, just it's done.
One more point by BG, and they would have pushed it to a deuce game. That would have given them new life, but instead they give the set over to Bedford. We're tied 1 set apiece. BG winning set number 1, 25-19. Bedford coming back 25-23 in set number 2.
And that Saturday match, I believe, will be exactly the same as this, where we will be airing it. However, it will be not live.
We will only be airing it or calling it if Bedford advances to the final.
Well, we are a Bedford station now.
No. We are also a Nashville station today. We're talking to
however,
Nashville viewers.
Lead into what I was going to say, Harry.
Okay.
Is the fact that back in 1978, I did accept tentatively the varsity boys soccer position. I was going to be the coach coming up from New Jersey to coach boys soccer at Bishop Guertin High School. Bill Dodd was AD back then. He's very well known in sports in southern New Hampshire, across New Hampshire, maybe even bigger than that. But I ended up going to Merrimack as the soccer coach. Unfortunately, back then, the way teachers were paid, I couldn't afford to take the job at BG. Looking back, It would have been a great place to spend time. BG's an outstanding institution.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic institution, fantastic athletic programs, as we know. And, of course, a bit of a rival school to Bedford because a lot of those BG teams have Bedford resident players with them. So there's a lot of rivalry there with that school.
That and Trinity's the same.
Trinity as well, yeah.
Depends. The one interesting factoid here, and I meant to mention this earlier, is the fact that the largest school in the state of New Hampshire is Pinkerton, and that's because they draw so many students from some outlying towns that do not have a high school.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but do they draw from 23 towns? That might be a lot, but I know they have a lot of.
But a few of the big towns.
Well, I was going to say that Pinkerton Academy is really a lot like a small college.
It is.
As far as its enrollment, it's in the 3,000s, like 3,500 students.
Keep in mind that it still holds the name Pinkerton Academy,
right?
Not Pinkerton High School. Looked at like an academy, like Derryfield School or something, that picks up students from all over. So real quick, they're the biggest. Bedford's the 6th largest. BG. Second smallest.
Oh, okay.
They could play in a lower level division, like D2 or something, instead of Class L, middle class, however they're classifying year to year. But they perennially, in most sports, I think maybe all sports, they petitioned the NHIAA to play up. And here they are tonight. And they are in many sports.
They do well in all their sports, so not a surprise that they compete at the highest level. We're ready to start set number 3, all tied at 1 apiece. Bedford now on your left side of the screen. BG in green and gold on your right. Some discussion there with Coach Kyle Clement, the man in the Hawaiian shirt, I believe. That seems to be a look on the coaching staff for BG.
Colorful,
wearing those Hawaiian shirts.
BG was last in the finals in 2017. That was the 3rd of the Hollis 4-game win streak. Prior to that, they were here in 2015 and 2006. 2006, they lost to Salem, Hollis Brookline twice, 15 and 17.
Well, here
what happens this year.
We go. Brooke Partridge serving. Bedford digs it out. O'Connell. And she gets it to Furlan, who gets the first point on the spike.
First point's important. Gets you started, gets you off on the right foot. However, I think we're going to see some more very close games against these two very evenly,
McKenna O'Connell now with the serve for Bedford. The jump serve played by Harrington. Here's Caravos.
Oh, great save there. Into the net, but saved this time.
He couldn't do it. Now it's going to be 26. Falvey trying it. And this time Tennessee not able to recover. Point back to BG, tied at 1.
Hard-won point there by the Cardinal Gals. Substitution. Number 3 went out. Help me with this if I can.
Bellinati.
It's so much easier in here, Harry, than out in the soccer field. I don't know what football's like, but
diving out there by Montgomery.
Dig.
Really go down low for that.
Great dig.
Here's BG. Dink shot. Fools everybody. Cardinals get the point. And Drapeau, Talia Drapeau, earns that point for the Cardinals.
One of the reasons I love this gym, Harry, as you do too, I'm sure, there's a scoreboard. Helps us out on the points. We're not necessarily wizards.
A net violation there on Bedford, so the point goes to the Cardinals. It's now 3-1.
3-1 lead.
Caravos serving. Yeah, they have video boards here. I was going to say that we should get Corey Parker busy with upgrading the Bedford scoreboard. That's good eye there. Oh, they're going to call it out of bounds. Oh. Wow, that was a great call there by O'Connell, just waiting for that ball. She thought it was heading out of bounds, and she was right.
That time, both officials signaled The chair official took his time. I think that the line official put his flag up a little too soon. He should wait for the chair official to look to him if he wants help when the ball's to his left.
Gomez, Carabos, back over. Here's O'Connell.
Short set, it's in.
Spike.
Great kill.
Besker with the point.
Powerful. Ties it up. 3-3.
Correction, that was number 12, Audrey Ferlin gets the tie there.
Low hard serve.
Drop shot. Played by Falvey. Fennessy. Gomez is ready. Partridge. And Carabos with the spike inbounds. Point to the Cardinals, 4-3. Yeah, you were saying about the scoreboards here. They flashed the name of the and the likeness of the player that scores the point. So if we don't see it, at least we know who scored the point after they put that up on the scoreboard.
It's too bad they can't do that in soccer as well out on the field. We have to wait sometimes because we can't see the numbers when we're broadcasting soccer games.
Gomez.
It's in. Wow.
That was Gomez setting up number 11, Allison Marino, and she gets the point there, just getting that spike in bounds.
Marino third on their list of kills, 121.
And Gomez will serve now. Cardinals up 5-3. Montgomery. O'Connell. Falvey. And a violation, I believe, on BG. So Bedford gets the point. Isabel Montgomery steps out. It's going to be Aubrey Bayer coming in, and she will do the serving honors. Bedford trails 5-4. That
nice
serve
dig.
dropped a little bit.
Bayer, nice set.
Harrington able to play that. Now here's Allard with the spike and the score.
That's the Allard the Bedford fans want to see. One of them popped up right in front of us cheering loudly.
All tied at 5.
I don't know the family members here, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Here's Bayer. Dug out there by Carabos. Over the net. Now Gomez. Carabos with the spike block. BG plays it. That's going to be out of bounds. Annie Hammond put a little too much on that one. Sends it out of bounds. Bedford back on top 6-5. Bayer serves again on a 3-point run here by the Bulldogs. Carabos over to number 11, Marino. Now Bedford coming back. Gomez plays that. Carabos with the dink shot just in front of
Carabos. Proves she can do it all. She saw that opportunity. She usually hits hard, but she knew. She's smart. Very intelligent volleyball player.
Now Harrington will serve for BG. All tied at 6. Set number 3. Fennessy plays it. O'Connor.
Nice block.
Fennessy again. Played by BG.
Double hit.
Off the net. Yep, it's going to go to Bedford.
Double hit point. Bulldogs now ahead by 2. Did the scoreboard change yet? Or?
No, Bedford, it was tied at 6.
It tied 6-6?
So Harrington comes out and Sophia Leary in for BG. And it's going to be Besker, I believe, with the serve here, number 22.
Nice serve. Hard.
Bravos to Partridge. To Hammond. Now Bedford responding. Partridge with the set. Allard plays it. Besker finds the open spot. Carabos couldn't get there. Bulldogs get the point. 8-6.
It seems to me that Bedford has settled down. Not that they would say we're unsettled, but they're playing a little bit more of their style of strategy here and consistent positive hits. Nice challenge there.
That's Gomez. They're going to have to get it over here, and they do. McCarthy over to Besker. Allard.
That's
Spike off the hands and out of bounds.
That's the Bedford style of play. Set. And the girls look very relaxed. If you notice that when you view this, watch this game, you notice how they don't necessarily are running around with their heads cut off.
Here's Besker. Gomez to Partridge. Dink over the net. Dug out by Montgomery.
Beautiful spike.
Beautiful play there by O'Connell.
Unplayable. Into the net. Is that Carabos? I think it was who tried to save it. Yep.
That 4-point run here for Bedford. They're up 10-6.
That's one of the few balls she hasn't been able to keep in play. Very, very hard one. Unfortunately, not played well up to the net.
Besker in. Aces. Right in between Leary and Gomez. 5-point run for the Bulldogs.
A little while ago, we had a 3 or 4 run on serving by, was it Bayer that, I can't remember who it was, Harry.
I believe you're right.
Was it Bayer?
Yeah, it was Bayer.
You know, if I remember correctly, last year watching especially the playoffs, were a lot more long runs by servers. Not
Okay,
this year.
Bravos has to get it over. She does.
Uh-oh.
At the net, that's got to be a reach over. Oh, lucky.
In the net, lucky.
Are you allowed to put your hand over the net?
You cannot contact the ball on the other side of the net.
Okay, so that's what happened. They
Is that what that was? Thank you.
Yeah, because it was over her hand. Oh, they did give Bedford the point there, so they did call the net contact there. So here we go, 6-point run. Carabos out of bounds. 7 points in a row for the Bulldogs. 13-6. And a timeout called by BG to settle things down.
And this is the first time I've seen the Bedford girls really excited. We had a couple players there jump up into each other's arms over there as they approach the bench. That's one of the things, Harry, I like about girls volleyball. Because they're so close on the court, so close to the court where the bench is, the way they have these times to get excited. But the thing is they're still positive even when they're losing 99% of the time.
Well, they did lose set number 1, and they lost by 6 points, 25-19, but they settled down. They took back set number 2, and now they've got a 7-point lead here in set number 3. Yeah, I was going to ask, the girls volleyball team, very successful, but we don't have boys volleyball at Bedford.
No, we don't.
Any reason why they never put together a team for the boys?
I don't. Honestly, I have no idea. It's not a Title IX issue, Harry. As we know, that would be the first thing that someone might say, but I don't think it is. In this state, Harry, interesting, we've only had boys volleyball since 2004 was the first time. Salem was the champion over Masonic, and there's only one league.
One division, right.
So there's only been 20 years. Hollis,
well, it's not a lot of schools in Bedford, in New Hampshire playing
look at this stuff.
Volleyball. Okay, serve out of bounds right there.
Salem won the first 10 or 11 championships in a row. They totally dominated.
So the serve out of bounds by Bayer breaks the 7-0 streak
I
for Bedford.
I mentioned that Bayer was our top server this evening. So
Besker, that was Besker, right.
Not Bayer.
Here's Allard. Off the hand of a BG player, and Bedford gets the point right back, 14-7.
She goes out after that winning point, and in comes Melanie Gibson. The players have positions that they're noted as being specialists in.
Partridge gets it over the net. So does Bedford. Here's Carabos, blocked there by Mel McCarthy. Picking up right where his sister left off. That was Lana's move right there to block it at the net. Now Mel's taking over that role. Oh, they're going to call violation. So
blocking it out is not helpful.
BG is, that's what happened there. So BG
blocked out again. Short set.
Besker, and a great spike there by Mel, making up for that last one. 15-8 now, back to a 7-point lead for Bedford.
If you've got the the typical set at the net for spiking, and then you got the short set. And Bedford's been mixing that up very, very well.
Montgomery serve to Partridge. And a
Line violation.
Okay, so
I don't know. I saw 2 fingers go up there. 2 hit. I didn't see a double hit. But
so 8-point lead now, 16-8. Montgomery will
double
serve again.
16-8. Game important. 3rd game.
Good dig there. Partridge setting up Carabos, I should say. Bedford now. O'Connell with the spike. BG keeps it alive. Back over the net. Fennessy with the top shot. It's good for a point. 17-8. Bedford pulling away now with a 9-point lead.
I've had a couple people say, Bill, you're one of those older officials that have a lot of experience. Why don't you get into officiating volleyball? Well, there's a couple reasons. Harry, one reason is I love being up here with guys like you.
Yeah, I was going to say, we need you for the broadcast.
I love it up here, you know? Absolutely love it. But
you get to watch the games. This
honestly,
is very exciting.
the other reason is you have to watch consistently, so carefully. The pressure you're under during these matches, you saw how quickly, I mean, the 2 of us sometimes can't figure out what the heck's going on, and the officials usually can. But so far tonight in the matches I've seen, we had 5 in the first one. We're 3 into this one almost, being completed. I've seen very few times that these officials had to, I've seen no times this evening yet where the officials had to confer about any calls to get it right.
Yeah, they've been very certain about these.
Yeah.
And the timeout expires. BG taking a little bit longer there, trying to squeeze out a few extra seconds.
One thing in different sports that you see that when you have a situation like this, when you go into semis and finals, and they add the 4 officials. Same thing in soccer.
Now I got to ask you about something. BG just took an extra 10 or 12 seconds on that timeout. I take it the officials let you wrap things up with a little extra time. There must be a limit to that.
They should have warned them.
Misplay there.
That's an ace. That's an ace. And we'll be able to tell who the server was because we're going to have the same one go back there to do it if we miss that. Isabel Montgomery, the libero.
10-point lead here. Montgomery serving again.
Nice again.
Played up. They got to get it over. No, that's a free hit.
Nope. 5 points away from going ahead 2 games to 1.
Big lead here. Now up 11 points. Actually, they need 6 more points.
6 points. Did I say something different?
You said 5.
5? After this one, maybe.
Here's Gomez. Drop shot. Bedford plays it. Uh-oh. Besker able to save that. Over the net. That's an extra hit there by Bedford. So it jinxed them, Bill.
I did. Harry, we haven't done a lot of games together, but I've been famous for that, unfortunately. Thank you, Bill Jennings.
Okay.
Thank you, Andrew, as well.
BG with the serve.
Uh-oh.
And it was Ferland tried to get it over, but got a violation instead. 19-10 Bedford. BG retains the serve with Partridge.
Still 6 points away for the Bulldogs.
Oh, that serve went right back over the net. And that one's going to go off of Gibson and out of bounds, so Cardinals scoring another, cutting this lead down to 19 to 11, 8-point lead.
And you know, you can't necessarily, it's hard to deal with a player like that because she can move around the court, and their own team is setting the ball to her wherever she is.
Nice block there by Harrington. Cardinals score another one. 4 in a row here. They're only trailing by 7 now. Partridge serves, dug out. Here's a drop by O'Connell. Partridge setting up Carabos. Off the hand, Montgomery. Fennessy plays it over. Partridge to Harrington. Montgomery's ready for that.
Close set, and it's a point.
And a great score there by Audrey Ferland.
I'd love to see the stats on whether they've been more successful tonight on the low set, quick low set, or the typical high set. Combination of both the setter and obviously the spiker, the attacker.
And that serve goes out of bounds by McKenna O'Connell. Point goes right back to BG. 20-13 now. The lead for Bedford, just 7 points.
I think that last service run was probably the longest of the night for the BG. It's had for sure, and longer than ours.
Caravos.
Side.
Service. Dug out. O'Connell. BG's ready for it. Oh, a little miscommunication there. Fennessy stepped away from the ball, thinking a teammate was going to make that play, but instead the point to Partridge. 6-point game now, 20-14. Off the net, that
lucky serve to make it overnight.
Fennessy gets it over.
Hey, she gets it back. There we go. Madeline has a nice kill, and that spike was under the height of the net. That's a beautiful kill. Nice point by Madeline.
21-14 Bedford.
4 points away from this set win. Nice serve.
Dug out by Gomez. Partridge. Harrington. Great play there by Bedford. Here's Allard with a chance. BG plays it. Partridge. Back to Bedford. Here's Fennessy. Gomez digs it out. Partridge to Caravos.
Oh, no!
Hit the hand of...
Would have been out.
Hit the hand of Montgomery. Caravos is credited with the point.
The speed of that ball, hard to make the decision. Keep the hand up or pull it away. And
21-16 now.
Nice serve, low again. Challenging Montgomery.
Plays it. O'Connell and Allard with the spike. Point Bedford.
Allard standing there, nice easy little jump, banging out the kill.
Montgomery and Ferland step out for Bedford. O'Connell's back in. So it's Falvey.
Bayer. Here we go, our server. We got a
stray ball on the field.
Yep.
On the court, I should say.
We got Pinkerton, probably JV players
serving as the ball girls here,
which is a nice thing. They did this back at a lot of the playoffs last year.
Bayer serves.
Nice serve.
Dug out there by Caravos. Harrington blocked. BG's got it set up again. Caravos, dink shot, lands and scores. 22-16 now.
Ball dinked right over the front line there at the net. Bedford players in position for a block, not for that, and unfortunately, the other three players were at the back, expecting a harder kill spike shot.
So it's Harrington now with the serve for BG. Here's the run up into the net. Unforced error gives Bedford the point. 23-16.
Was that Emma? No, that was Caitlin. Caitlin Harrington, unfortunately, putting that into the net.
So Falvey comes out of the game once again. Beatrice Besker, one of the server specialists, back in.
Jump serve deep into the court.
Gomez to Partridge.
Block. Out. Out again.
And that was trying to get the number again. Allison Marino, number 11, with the credit there. So 6-point deficit here, 23-17 here in set number 3.
Magic number 25. That's going to be oh wow. I thought that was going to be a better kill.
Spike.
Nice.
Blocked. O'Connor again with the dink. Partridge. And that is in.
Beskar had a really good play on that ball on the Bedford side to get it up. A hard hit attempt to kill before that.
Annie Hammond with the point credit there. Number 5.
23-18.
Marino serving. The run up. The serve. Played by Fennessy. Besker to O'Connell. Now BG, Caravos with the dink shot, but it's
Caravos
short.
only
Point
her
Bedford.
second or maybe third error of the evening.
She just didn't get enough under that ball.
Yeah.
And now
You got
Bulldogs
game
away,
point.
just a point. Yeah, it's set point. 24-18.
This is Melanie, I think.
Nope, it is Mel Gibson. Correct. Yeah, Mel Gibson.
Nice deep serve. Oh, I thought they might try and let it go.
Over the net.
Short
Bester.
set, and it's
And a kill shot there by number 9, Mel McCarthy. And that cinches set number 3 for Bedford. They are up 2-1. 25-18 is the score of that set.
keep in mind that all regular season, the Bulldogs only had the one time when they played Goffstown that it went to 5 sets. So, you know, they've been strong and very strong near the end. And as time has waned on for the Cardinals throughout the season, they have shown a little bit more weakness at any other point. In the end, the last couple sets, so, you know, but I don't want to say, I'm not going to predict anything like I did last time, Harry. Please remind me in the future, don't do any predictions and whatnot based on statistics.
Please no.
I'm going to stay away from that. We got a couple parents. They are right in front of us, and I think I do know who one of them is. And they're actually stretching. They're standing, stretching. You know, your muscle. You're going to work your muscles and your heart during these matches. Especially if you're a parent of these gals, and when the gals are seniors, as I think we've got here in front of us, I'm not going to pick on them and tell them anybody who they are, but let me tell you, I've been there, you know, through the penalty kicks this year, and going back to when my daughter played. My kids played volleyball, soccer, and one of my daughters twice semifinals lost in PKs on the soccer field against Pinkerton. Same way that it happened this year with Bedford.
Yeah, we were out in Keene, me and Corey Munstertiger, calling that football game, and we were watching it on Corey's phone while we were trying to call the game. Speaking of football,
yeah,
Bedford has a bye this week.
16th, Saturday the 16th.
Yeah,
right?
so well, it could be Friday.
Really?
We won't know for a couple more days.
Oh, thank you.
They tend to move the games around, but yeah, Bedford with a bye this week, so they're not playing until the 15th or 16th, and we're waiting to see who they will play. Of course, Bedford trying to three-peat as the champs and trying to have their second undefeated season.
Which season was it that the last game was against Wyndham? 2 years ago or last year?
Had to be 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Or 3 years ago.
We were here.
3 years ago.
We were here, I believe. I was someplace, and I listened to you and Corey.
Yeah, we called that game.
Munstertiger.
We were in Wyndham for that game.
Wyndham, and I listened to that all the way home. It was like, oh my God, should I turn the car? But I figured by the time I would get from Pinkerton down to Wyndham, it might not make it in time.
I don't know. What was it, third or fourth quarter?
I couldn't tell you. It was exciting. What was the final score of that? Do you remember?
I can't remember.
No.
I don't remember the scores of every game that I call.
I have official friends who remember so much. It's unbelievable.
Getting a little mic placement critique here from Bill.
Constant.
All right, here we go. Set 4. Bulldogs have a 2-1 lead. They can close things out here. They will be to your right, BG, in green and gold to the left.
I think Bedford will have the first service as we go into this last match. Game, set.
Seems the service always starts at the right, at least from our perspective.
Which right, Harry? Sometimes I have two right.
Our right.
That right or your other right? And I love it when I work with Lauren Foxon, who's done a lot of radio and TV, and he's talking about you look at your dial, you know, to the right of the dial and whatnot, and he said, "Oh, wait a minute, this is a
that's an old
we're on TV
broadcaster's trope." I mean, I remember growing up listening to Sabres hockey, And they would often say that. They would often try to describe what side of the dial the players are coming from.
Yeah. We're just about ready to start. There's a substitution at the beginning here for placement.
And
where players will be.
Mel McCarthy is stepping out, and I believe it is.
And what that
O'Connell
does, that sets McCarthy's position when she comes back in.
Partridge over to Caravos. It's blocked. Great block. Caravos gets it back. Partridge setting it up again. Here's Dink. Bedford saves it. Oh, and a beautiful kill shot there, trying to get the number. I believe that was Furlan.
Well, Furlan, you're right. I would have had to make a guess on that. It happened so quick. And
well, it's happening behind the official there in the blue shirt. I can't see what's going on at the net.
Maybe we should ask him to please get out of the stand and get lower down.
Big shot. Bedford's ready for that. O'Connell setting up Fennessy. That's dug out. Partridge again. Bravos blocked at the net.
Good block again.
Gomez gets it back.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Great play at the net here. Caravos trying again. Blocked again. Gomez back to Caravos. She gets it over.
Just kept in play by Caravos.
Here's O'Connell. The Fennessy is blocked at the net. O'Connell. Off and a save by Melanie Gibson. She's able to score that point.
Caromed off Brooke Partridge in the middle of the Cardinal side. Got a 2-0 opening here.
Bulldogs leading. O'Connell serving. Gomez to Partridge to Caravos. Bedford gets it over the net. BG puts it right back as well. Here's Montgomery to Fennessy.
Wow.
Off the hands of Drapeau and falls to the ground. Fennessy credited with that point. 3-0 Bedford.
Let's see if she can keep this run going from back there. Nice serve, low, and
Partridge to Caravos. Bedford plays it. O'Connell to Besker. Here's Gomez. Caravos again. Bedford plays it.
You see the change in tactics here by both teams. Different style of shots.
Fennessy. That's saved by BG. Here's Caravos.
Longest rally I think we've had so far, Harry. And oh my gosh, what a
catch there.
Save.
Caravos again. Bedford blocks it, is able to keep it in play.
Leary again.
Caravos one more time with the dink. Bedford ready for it. Brought right back by BG.
I thought,
oh, and they still have it going.
This
is incredible.
Who's got a stopwatch on this?
Caravos.
This is incredible.
O'Connell. Fennessy. Long. Out of bounds. Point to BG.
And
incredibly long
about
rally there.
Through that, I thought I saw the referee moving to pull the whistle in his mouth. I thought I saw a carry by a BG player right near him. It may have been so close to the referee in the chair that he didn't see it.
Here's Partridge now for BG.
Oh, hard low.
Out of bounds there by Furlan. Another point for the Cardinals. 3-2 Bedford.
It's only 3-2, and we've played for like half an hour there on that 1 point. What's going on here?
So Partridge serving it one more time.
Short set.
Saved by BG. Gomez gets it over.
Change.
Dug out by Gibson. Fennessy pushes it over the net. Partridge setting up Caravos. And she gets the kill. High to 3.
Battled right back there. I don't know that I have seen a longer rally. And there were some very long ones in the lower level groups last year. Oh, it works out. Bad.
That one's going to go out of bounds too.
That was a good decision on her part to hit that. It was an open lane, if you will, down that right-hand side that she had. She just put a little bit too much on it.
Cardinals up 4-3 now. Partridge continues her service.
Very hard serve there. It was nice.
Fennessy blocked, and it lands inbounds. Point Cardinals.
I believe
5-3.
Is that Caravos with the block?
It was indeed number 19.
Yep. Cardinals now up by 2 points. 5-3.
Montgomery, O'Connell, Falvey over the net. That's Gomez. Caravos saved by number 7, Gibson. Fennessy tries to dink it in. They're ready for it, and off the arms of Gibson, it's another point for the Cardinals, scoring 6 straight here. They got the 6-3 lead.
If the Cardinals can come back and win this set, this will only be the second time this season that the Bulldogs will have faced playing a game 5.
And that was out of... Oh! I don't know about that.
Yeah.
That looked long to me, but they're going to give it to the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm going to trust that guy down there. I've known him since he's one of the first guys I met.
Did it look...
I met him at Milford High School. I thought it was a good call. I really did, Harry.
You thought it was in? Okay,
Yeah,
so maybe I'm just a little off. Here's O'Connell. Great save there by Gomez. Now Caravos blocked at the net, but blocked on the Bedford side. 8-0 run here for BG. They're up 8-3.
BG is doing what a team has to do to beat Bedford. They're playing hard. They're forcing errors that Bedford, unfortunately, are making with the really hard, the spiking by Caravos more than anything else. But
and they're funneling everything through Caravos.
They are.
It's that Partridge-Caravos connection. It's like every time, they don't even have to guess. Partridge is always going to be number 2 hit, and Caravos is going to finish it, whether it's a dink or a spike.
And Caravos has been successful, though, with the basic 3 things she can do. She can dink it into space someplace, blast it off the wall, or simply kill it right down to the floor, or the fourth, which is make it so difficult to return that she might get a point. But she's gotten most of her points off those 3, mixing it up nicely and very, very competent. If this was a class and I was the volleyball teacher, I'd give her an A for sure. A+, by the way.
So Partridge will continue to serve here after the Bedford timeout. Bedford now taking a little extra time there. And now they return to the floor.
And I did see the floor official on that signaling for them to, hey, get on the court. Like you pointed out last time that I missed the way that went.
Like an umpire going to the diamond, going to the top of the pitcher's mound, telling them to break it up. Partridge serves. Spiked by Falvey. Caravos double hands it over. Bedford. Fennessy into the net. 9-0 run here for the Cardinals. 9-3 to score.
Not been... I don't know how many times this season Bedford's been down by 6 points at this point in a match. This could be the first time.
Montgomery able to dig that out. And a great play there by Falvey. Her spike goes off the arm of the BG player, and that breaks the 9-0 run.
Service back to the Bedford side, and
now they need to start
Madeline
getting back here. They're down 5, 9-4. Fennessy.
Beautiful.
Great dig out there by Gomez. Now Montgomery. Oh, what a great play there by BG. Who was the number there? Yeah, it was Caravos again. She was able to meet the ball. Not exactly a block. She was just able to return it right back so quickly. Bedford wasn't ready for it.
It was almost a block. A little better than a block. A little more. A little effort put into it.
Off the net, but still good.
Nice save by Montgomery. And
Falvey's able to spike that to the point. Or a correction, now is Allard, number 3.
Kate Allard.
So Bulldogs able to respond.
Doubled up.
But Ferland leaves the bench, or heads to the bench. She leaves the floor. O'Connell back on. And this is going to be Bayer with the serve, but she puts it into the net. The error gives BG the point, and a 6-point lead, 11-5.
You can win through playing really hard, and sometimes you can win when the other team doesn't play up to the maximum level that they have to play on a given day. Oh, what was that?
And I think they thought it might be going out of bounds.
Yeah, well, that's definitely what they thought. However,
but it was well in bounds. That was a very
it was at least 4 feet in bounds.
Very misplayed there by Bedford. Excuse me. 12-5 now. Beachy up. Gomez serves.
Baseball, 2 unearned runs there.
Montgomery with the dig.
Nice set that by
O'Connell.
Her. And that's going to be a point.
And that's a double clutch there. Allard gets the point. 12-6 now. More importantly, Bedford gets the point back. Falvey will take the seat. And Besker comes out to serve. Besker had a pretty good run there for a while in the last set.
Still doubled up here, 12-6.
Besker's serve. Played by Montgomery, and Carabos over the net. Spiked by Bedford, played by BG. Gomez setting up Carabos. Montgomery's ready for it. Fantasy over the net. Carabos plays that. Partridge to Harrington, puts it out of bounds. Bedford with the point.
Not exactly sure classes out here on the floor tonight. I know that the Bulldogs, I think, have probably about 8 seniors. I'm not sure about the Cardinals.
There's a spike long there by Allison Marino. Gives the Bulldogs another point here. 4-point game, 12-8.
Bit of a comeback coming here, it would appear, by the Bulldogs. 2 in a row.
Still serving. That's dug out. Carabos.
And that was from almost the middle of the court where she hit that, and she didn't jump. She was on the floor.
It caught a little bit of the net, too.
Yeah. Well,
now Harrington serves with a 13-8 lead for BG. That was an awkward setup there. O'Connell gets it over the net, though.
Yeah, a couple parents went ooh on that. Nice block. Oh!
Little cross up there.
Nice
Montgomery. Fennessy. Carabos plays that. There's Partridge. Dink. Bedford ready for that. Allard blocked. Besker to Allard. Pushed over to net by BG. Montgomery back to Allard.
Here we go again, folks. Another long rally.
Bravos over the net. Besker to Allard.
Looking for the back corner.
Another long rally here. What we got? Net violation.
Yeah.
And the Cardinals will get the point here. 14-8. So face of elimination, the Cardinals playing a strong one here. They got the big lead here, 14-8. And another timeout being called here, I assume, by Bedford.
You know that expression, leaving it all on the field or leaving it all on the court? I'll tell you, and the way this postseason's gone in other sports, everything I've seen and read when I've seen the results, it's a lot of things like the game before this where the underdog is coming out and playing an incredibly good match. If they don't play that good, they're not going to win it. Cardinals tonight, so far, Harry, that's what I see.
Well, there's no tomorrow, but they have to win this set, then they're going to have to take the next one.
And obviously, for many of these athletes, when you get to this point in the season, it's going to be the end of their careers for the seniors that are moving on.
Seniors.
Some will play. I know there's a couple players that Bedford's had in the past that have gone on to play in college. Not that many. It's extremely competitive across the country. Volleyball has gotten that way. And I'm proud of our athletes we've got now that are playing at colleges and all the different sports. And we've had some big ones, including ice hockey, for example, out at UNH.
BG serves. That's Harrington. Fennessy to O'Connell to Dink. Played by BG. Back over there by Partridge. Montgomery. Another dink by Bedford that lands on the floor.
Now, it's hard to tell what the coach said there when she called the team over, and the kind of instruction she may have given, what she was seeing. Sometimes it comes simply from the girls themselves. They know what they are missing, and they'll tell each other, this is what we have to do. Anna McGann was famous for letting the girls make those decisions.
Here's Mel Gibson. Her serve. They had to work for that, but they get it over the net. Diving stop, still alive, and Bedford gets it back.
Beautiful
Amazing
play by
there.
Bedford.
Here's Partridge. Bravos. And a block.
Into the net.
Bedford with the point. 14-10 now. BG leads.
Melanie Gibson back serving. 10-14.
It's Gomez. Over to Marino.
Marino, I think, missed that ball.
Fennessy
got it over.
Gomez, Partridge, Marino, out of bounds. Another point for Bedford, 14-11 now. Cardinals up 3.
Melanie Gibson to serve again. Trying to work back.
That one is played by Leary. Bravos gets it over the net. Besker.
Nice.
Fennessy, great stop there by Gomez. And she will get the point. Cardinals back up 4, 15-11. They get the serve back.
BG has done as good a job as any team that I've seen play. Managed to put the ball in between two Bedford players to the extent that they're confused. They're forcing these points to be made for them. They're doing a fantastic job this evening.
And the setup there by Melanie Gibson. Tried to get it to Fennessy, too far in front of her.
And Fennessy dove, trying to get that save and dig, but it was too low a ball, didn't have enough time to get under it.
16-11, BG up. Marino serving again. Dug out, another low ace there. Montgomery couldn't get enough underneath it. So Marino credited with an ace there. And 3 points in a row for the Cardinals. They have a 6-point lead again, 17-11.
Marino's their 4th in aces, 29 coming in tonight. First time I've mentioned that for her.
Montgomery this time gets under it. That's going to be a point for Bedford.
Kill.
Mel McCarthy with that point. And her spike off the hands of the BG player. I think it was Partridge. It goes out of bounds. 17-12 now. Bedford regains the serve. Montgomery, the libero, with the service. Leary gets it over to number 5, Hammond. Now Bedford spiking. BG ready for it. Inbounds there. The point scored by number 19. Who else? Caravos.
I think this is the first time that Yuna Kombani, number 11, is in the game for Bedford, to my knowledge, this evening.
Kombani.
Nice.
That's the point. She comes off the bench and scores.
I love that. Hot diggity dog. That was a good one. Wow. I wish you could, if you can see, you can't see the picture. Picture up on the scoreboard of her hair. Oh my gosh. Long, beautiful hair. She's happy.
McKenna
oh, no.
That again. Oh, so they get a point, they give it right back to BG.
You know, when you get that player off the bench that hasn't played, and they
Oh, that was did O'Connell come off the bench? Okay. I wasn't aware.
I'm sorry?
Was that O'Connell that came off the bench?
No. Kambala came into the game off the bench, scored the point. That would give the Bedford side a big boost, is what I was trying to get across.
Here's Partridge with the serve.
Kumbaya, long this time.
That's a little long. Another point for the Cardinals. They have 20 now, 7-point lead, 20-13. Kumbani, her return a little long. Now Partridge serving again. Played by Bedford.
Nice serve.
Montgomery. Now Falvey. Gomez for BG. Caravos gets it in. Point BG, 21-13. Big lead here. They're closing in on their second set win.
Although because you've heard her name so much, you could say this is a Caravos versus the Bulldog game tonight,
almost,
but it's not.
Partridge serves again. That one goes off the net, but rolls over the net. Bedford unable to play it. An ace for Partridge. It's 22.
Unlucky for Bedford side. That happens very, very, very seldom.
22-13. Here comes Partridge again. Low line drive played by number 7. Here's Falvey with the dink. Partridge to Caravos. Off the hand of a Bedford player and out of bounds. 23-13, 10-point lead. Cardinals closing in on a set win here.
Two points to a victory here for this set. Push it to 2-2. And the 5th and final.
Partridge again. O'Connell to Kumbani. BG plays it. Caravos, the dink. Bedford gets under it. Here's Montgomery. Gomez is ready for that, and it falls right in front of Montgomery. 24-13 now. BG just a point away from closing this out and tying it 2 sets apiece.
Set point that Bedford Bulldog ladies that are subs are all seated on the bench. A few of them clapping. BG is up and standing along their bench side.
O'Connor.
Nice effort.
Gomez. Caravos. And they win that set, number 4, on a spike by Caravos. 25-13. A big string of points at the end cinched it.
Now, let's see what happens. We got a short 3-minute period, and then
All right. So one more set here. This one only to 15. This is going to be for all the marbles. Only the second time this year that the Bulldogs have been pushed to 5.
Undefeated on top of that, yeah.
So, well, if you want to know, I guess it's undefeated. It's just one game. But still, this is the big challenge here and a very important game that they have to pull out in order to try to defend their championship streak, which is at 4. They're trying to get an unprecedented 5th championship in NHIAA Division I girls volleyball.
There's a good thing about this being what turns into, one more set, if we need it, is the fact that that last 15-point set is a heck of a lot better way than penalty kicks and stuff like that to determine a champion. And of course, in those other sports, you can't have the game go on and on and on and on.
No.
You may not be aware of this, but with the in soccer, back I don't know how many years ago, was a game played out in the Chicago area, boys soccer game, 350 minutes to determine the high school state champion.
Wow. So they just kept playing.
Crazy. Crazy.
Surprised anybody could still move after that much time.
I know that, in some sports what they do is they've tried, experiment with like taking players out instead of like ice hockey. Instead of 5-on-5, or
right.
6-on-6 of course, but 5-on-5 skating, you go down to 4-on-4. You try that, 4-on-4, 3-on-3. Soccer considered that. The biggest thing soccer ever did was, I don't know if you remember this, but 35-yard shootouts instead of penalty.
No, I don't remember that. Was that not in high school? It's certainly not at any higher level.
This was, they did it for just 2 or 3 seasons back roughly, gosh.
Was it an empty net?
No. No. Wouldn't be an empty net. It's the goalkeeper and one kicker. So the penalty kick the same way, where you got the goalkeeper on the line.
Right.
But instead of putting the ball down and he gets one shot at it, that's it, period. He kicks it, and after that he goes in or it's not. What high school did was and this had been done in the pros, NASL back then, North American Soccer League, I know that dates me, folks. But back then what they did is they put the ball in the 35, goalkeeper in the goal line, blow the whistle, and at that point, now the goalkeeper was free to go anywhere he wanted. And obviously the attacking player with the ball, they ran down the field, dribbling it towards the goal. If the goalkeeper came out too far, the goalkeeper could try to chip the ball over the goalkeeper's head into the goal, or miss, and it's not a goal. But again, 5 players.
Was there any limit to how close he could get to the goal to shoot?
No.
Like they had to shoot it before the penalty box?
Nope. No limitations. The only thing that's you have to add to that whole scenario is what if the goalkeeper fouls the kicker, that's a penalty kick. And in that year I did it once.
All right, we are ready to begin set 5 here. This one, the tiebreaker, all tied up at 2 apiece. First team to 15, they got to win by 2.
Everything that's happened the rest of the season and everything else is all down to this for these 2 teams as far as moving ahead to play another game.
Well, you know, this could be a historic game either way. Could see history being made here.
I almost wish this was it. This was the final. Hate to see one of these teams.
And it's fitting BG is the team here that they're facing, because so many memorable sporting events happen between these 2 schools.
Yeah.
Okay, so BG is going to stay to the left. Bedford's going to stay to the right.
And Bedford will have the service. Serving from the right side. And since we're not on the radio, that doesn't matter, because by the time this is aired, apparently it will be TV.
And McKenna O'Connell will do the honors.
One thing I wish I knew is if any of the BG players are actually from Bedford. I have no idea.
O'Connell's serve, dug out. Partridge to Caravos. Off the hand of the Bedford player, and it hits the ground. Cardinals get the first point.
Hard to tell from this side. It looked like that was close to the line. But again, the block off that, it turned into the kill shot.
Partridge serves. Bedford's got to dig low to get that. Balvey over the net. And a shot by Harrington beats the Bulldogs 2-0. BG.
First 2 points go to the Cardinals.
Partridge, who had a very long stretch serving, puts it into the net. So I jinxed her. I said that she had a really long point streak in that.
I'm glad it was you, Harry, not me that time.
So they give up the point there, 2-1. Cardinals lead, and Bedford serves.
Yeah, certainly that's unexpected for her to make an error, but
this is Fennessy. Partridge.
Out, I believe. No. Oh, up, block. Yeah, touched. I didn't see it touched.
So Caravos again with another spike and score, and a 3-1 lead for BG. Now Caravos is going to serve here. Montgomery. O'Connell to Allard. Caravos keeps it alive. Back over the net.
Great rally.
Partridge. Gomez. Marino. Bedford plays it. And I couldn't tell what side the ball came down. It came down.
Yeah, it did come down on the
BG side. So Furlong is credited with the point there. Bedford gets the serve back. They trail 3-2.
Yeah, that was hit, Harry, right up above the net. Totally legally, straight down. Nice service, low, hard.
Gomez. Harrington dinks it in. Gets the point for 2 BG.
Harrington hits that spot again. That one spot on the court there that Bedford has not been defending well. And Cardinals capitalizing it multiple times over and over tonight.
Hammond back in the game now. Gomez will serve 4-2 Cardinals. Here's Allard. Gomez. Caravos.
Blocked this time. Down to the floor. Ineffective for a BG point.
5-2 BG with Gomez serving. Allard plays it. O'Connell. And
Blocked out. Point Bedford.
Bedford gets that point.
Yep.
Falvey credited with the point.
Earlier tonight, of course, we had the first game where the Pinkerton, it's like a home game for their semifinal. This place was packed, probably 500-600 people. We're down right now to maybe 200 to 300.
Here's Besker's serve.
But a good
Partridge
turnout.
to Harrington. Montgomery plays it. Fennessy over the net. Partridge to Caravos. Hits a hand. Montgomery sets up her teammate. Gomez. Partridge. Harrington. Here's Besker to Allard. Off the hand. Off Harrington. And a point for Bedford. 5-4 now is the BG lead.
Allard puts Bedford back in within 1 point of tying it.
Well, remember, this goes to 15, not 25. The service. Gomez to Marino. Played back to BG. Gomez gets it to Caravos and puts it out of bounds. Wow. Tying the score now. Bedford 5-5.
That had to be close, Harry. I couldn't see exactly where it hit, but that was a really close one again.
Well,
There's one
played.
section in where the lines are in the
Yeah, I
brown,
see that in the brown. You can't see
brown area.
that.
It's almost impossible to see from up here.
Here's Gomez. Partridge. Harrington tried to dink it in.
Into that Bermuda Triangle or
Allard over the
G
net.
Triangle.
Here's Allard again. Off the hands of Harrington again.
Off the wall. Off the block. Down to the floor. That time beat Caitlin Harrington.
Bulldogs take the lead back, 6-5. Actually, it's the first time they've led in this set.
Oh, no.
Serve into the net by Besker. And we're tied at 6. BG gets the serve back.
As I mentioned before, too many unforced errors have put Bedford in this situation or put BG in the situation to win it.
Now Harrington. Serve. Allard, nice spike. Right in front of Harrington. They've been picking on her a little bit here.
It's one of those times that the set was perfect and the execution of the spike, the kill, was a winner. Bedford up 1.76. Is that Madeline Fennessy?
No, it's Gibson, number 7. Leary sets it up to Caravos. Besker plays it.
Tough one here.
Bedford's able to save it. Back over the net. What's the call here?
4 hits.
4 hits. Okay, so Cardinals get the point.
There were
7-7.
2 hits in there someplace. Honestly, Harry, I didn't see it. And I'm watching as carefully as I possibly can, but
Allison Marino now for BG. Dug out by Gibson. Fennessy with the spike. And she's not a very tall player. She has to really get some elevation to get over the net.
no, she's not one of the taller players on the team, but Historically, definitely one of the strongest that Bedford's had the last few years. 1
Bedford
point.
up 8-7. Montgomery with the serve. Leary. There's the dink. Set.
Can she do it again?
And a spike. Yes. O'Connell, number 5. And a timeout called by BG with the Bulldogs. Their biggest lead of this set, 2 points, 9-7. They're 6 away from punching their ticket to the final.
Those last 3 points put the Cardinal fans up here in the bleachers in their seats. Bedford, after that, they got up, and now they're looking to make this a finish here with a 2-point lead as we go towards that magic number, Harry, like you've been saying. It's 15.
Don't forget that BCTV and Bedford 105.1 Radio will bring you the final of boys soccer on Saturday from Memorial High School in Manchester. It'll be live on radio, 105.1, video on delay on BCTV.
3:15, Harry.
3:15.
I'm excited to be there.
And we're hoping that there'll be a 10 a.m. volleyball final to go with that on Saturday. And you'll be back.
Will I get paid overtime? Maybe not, but what the heck? It's worth it.
Boss.
Just have the opportunity to be here is incredible. And seeing the level of play in a night like this, in these close matches.
Bedford with the serve, Montgomery. Leary to Partridge. To Caravos, blocked at the line. She recovers.
Wow. Wow.
Besker over the net. Partridge back to Caravos. Oh! Bedford.
Stepping up.
Ferland
At the end of her career here. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. 10-7.
3-point lead now for Bedford. Leary plays it. Partridge gets it to Caravos, who dinks it. Bedford dives. Montgomery back over the net. Gomez to Partridge, back to Caravos. Blocked at the net and into the net. They still have it alive. Caravos hits it.
Oh my gosh. Here we go again.
Fantasy blocked at the net.
Great rally.
Besker over the net. Another one. Scores. That was Ferland again. 11-7 Bedford.
I'm a volleyball fan, and this is fantastic volleyball. Girls volleyball at its best.
Timeout again here.
11-7, Harry.
4 points away from clinching.
If anybody isn't a volleyball fan yet and you're watching this, come out to the games next year. Support these teams during the regular season.
Come out Saturday. Why not see it live? It's
Absolutely. And, you know, and stay for some of the other games. 10 o'clock is Division 1. Then they got Division 2, Division 3. And they will be televised, obviously, by the Federation. But the best coverage is the BCTV group led by Bill Jennings. Did I mess up that? What's that electrical thing that I can make
spike
much
their
noise?
meters for sure.
Spike the meters. I did that. I was spanked the other day. Since we're recording it, we can you can fix it. You'll be able to fix me.
No, not
like
really.
A dog? No, not really, Harry says.
No.
They know so much more about this than I do. Both of these guys have spent...
No, your audio broke up. You got so loud. Here we go.
Harry started back when he was in kindergarten. Bill Jennings before that, I think. Preschool.
Here's the serve by Montgomery.
4 points away from a...
Partridge gets it over the net. And Bedford gets a point. Ferland meets it at the net.
3 points, folks. Counting down. Oh, my gosh.
I think Montgomery misplayed that setup, putting it over the net instead of setting up for Caravos. Here's the serve. Gomez. Now Caravos will have a chance.
Same person they have been.
Off the hands of a Bedford player, I think off of
Caravos.
And the run is ended there. Caravos gets the serve back for BG, and they're trailing by 4 now, 12-8, with a chance to cut that lead.
Who is this serving now for BG?
It is Hammond, number 5. Over the net. Spike. Caravos again. Saved. Fennessy over the net. Caravos has to get it over the net. He does.
Defensive,
Here's
not
Besker.
offensive play.
Fennessy. Spike.
Caravos keeps it up in play. Touch, touch.
Here's Caravos again. Bedford plays it. Fennessy, drop shot. Caravos saves it. Partridge gets it over the net. Here's Montgomery. Fennessy. Off the hand of Leary. Inbound. Score Bedford.
Replay, replay. I want to see that again. I want to see that whole rally again.
2 points away.
I'll have to wait.
5-point lead. Bedford with the serve.
13-8. This will potentially give, if they can pull this off, a chance to do 5-in-a-row state championships for
Here's
the
Leary.
Bulldogs.
The Partridge. Over the net. Oh, what a great move there by O'Connell, who looked like she was going to set up her teammate, but instead digs it over the net into an open space. 14-8. Bedford up by 6. They can close it out with one more point.
And you've heard me say throughout this game, the way they're changing the style of play, the types of shots.
Over the net, block. Montgomery. Over the net. Bedford's able to play it. Spike block, and BG's able to stay alive.
4-point lead.
Drapeau gets the point.
Number 10 brings the score to Cardinals 10, Bulldogs 14, I believe. Not sure if they've changed the scoreboard or not.
Oh, they had 8 points, so it's now a 5-point game.
I take that back.
Archer
Sorry.
serves it over the net. Again,
Caravos.
drop shot. Montgomery, he's there. She's there to save it. Over the net by Fennessy. Partridge to Harrington. Fennessy back over. Caravos to Partridge, back to Caravos. Blocked at the net. Gomez is there. Dink shot lands. BG with the point. 14-10 now.
Now we got the 10 points up there for BG.
A lot of pressure here. BG's got to score 4 straight to get it to deuce. Partridge serving. O'Connell. Spike. Over the net.
Caravos kept it in play again.
Spike again. Gomez to Caravos. Dink shot. Montgomery is there. O'Connell to Fennessy. Point. Bedford win.
Point. Set.
Match. Fennessy
15 to 10.
with the spike. Wins it for the Bulldogs. BG pushed them to 5. Bedford responds with a 15-10 set 5 win, and they're going to face Pinkerton Academy on Saturday at 10 a.m.
And BG has no shame the way that they played tonight.
That was an incredible
Played a
contest.
fantastic
Just
match
amazing.
against the number 1 team that's going to move on to play 10 o'clock. Wow. Versus the upset win in the first one.
Yeah, the number 3 seed Pinkerton Academy took out number 2 Goffstown. So it's going to be 1 against 3 in the finals. Bedford staying alive. You know, I didn't want to say it, but I was thinking to myself, if BG took down Bedford, that would have ended an amazing run of not only championships but wins. I think we would have been at what, 99 wins at this point. I'm just guessing here.
Something like that.
90. I think this was the 99th game in the string, and they almost went down in the 99th game if BG was just a little stronger in that second half. But Bedford, you don't win 4 straight championships and win 99 games in a row by not being tough, and they gutted this one out. 15-10.
Bill Jennings, thank you. Andrew Fenn back in the studio. Harry Kozlowski by my side tonight. This is Bill Klein. I'm going to see you back on Saturday. I can't wait. Time's going to go quick. What a semifinal. Congratulations to the Bedford Bulldogs.